Hi, my name is Karen Pike, and welcome to my world.
Hi, this is Ron with ArtMoose TV, and it's my absolute pleasure to have Karen Pike in the studio today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Ron.
I love your artwork. We've been friends for a long time, and this is going to be an amazing story.
I'm excited to be here.
Your first piece of art?
Oh yes, my first piece of art. I started painting really young. I'm not sure if this is my very first piece of art, but I've been painting since I was a kid. On the doors, on the house, on walls.
You were one of those. If it didn't move, you were painting on it?
I was.
And this one, Soulmate, which we have here with us today.
This is Soulmates. It's one of my absolute favorite pieces. When I painted it, I thought, you know, maybe this is a sign to, you know, this is going to be my love. I'm going to have this new love in my life. As you can see, it's two people. They're kind of entering a new dimension, so forth, like a new life together.
And this one here?
This is Divine, and she's hanging in my house actually still. She's one of my absolute favorite paintings. I did her for the Food and Wine Festival up in Monterey, and she was supposed to be a woman of just elegance and travel, and a woman who just enjoying life and wine and life. And so I really try to capture the bay and the vineyard and, you know, just elegance.
I'm seeing that in all your pieces. There's a lot of life and movement, and it's amazing. And I think this was actually used for something else too, right?
Yeah, they also used it for an olive oil label at one point up in from Paso Robles.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. And this?
This is the Monterey Food and Wine Festival. They used this piece and made it as their cover piece for the festival.
Oh, that's way cool. So so this is you coming back from the festival?
This is me coming back from the festival. When inspiration hits, I can either paint it in my head or I can paint it on the canvas. And there's a really funny story behind this. I was thinking about this painting, and I pulled over, and I was right along a cove, a beautiful ocean landscape, and I hopped up on my car, which happened to have my walls that made a nice little platform for me, and I popped down this little sign saying, you know, my name on it, Karen Pike, and I put up the easel and I started painting something figurative, and lo and behold, you know, cars were going by and honking, and I was actually, a police officer came up and told me I had to move along because I was causing a ruckus. So, you know, when inspiration hits, I like to paint anywhere and everywhere.
That's good, though. That's a really, really great point of a famous and a talented artist. In golf?
I do a lot of different things, and I really just fell in love with the movement, one of those movement things.
It's that motion.
The motion, yes.
In here?
This is in Denison, Texas, at the Art Place. And I sent them a very high resolution photo, and they decided to print it up as big as they could. So I was actually walking down the street, heading over to the gallery in this, wearing my cowboy boots and thinking I was fitting in, and this man looks at me and goes, "You're far from home." And I said, "Huh?" And he goes, "You know, you're Karen Pike from Los Angeles." And I was like, how does he know? And I walked around the corner, and then there was my face. Huge.
So everybody in that town knew who you were.
Denison, Texas knew that Karen Pike was coming on April 2nd to May 14th. This was one of my first art, it was an art battle. And it was me against another artist. And they put us, it was like almost like a boxing match. And they had us two canvases, and the audience chose the subject matter, which happened to be the Manhattan Beach Pier. And we painted and had people yelling at us, you know, more blue, more yellow, add in a surfer. So it was just a really fun live experience. So you can really tell that there's a lot of motion in the picture of just how fast I was painting.
And this is the picture.
That is the picture. This is in Vegas. I was actually painting alongside of a band with the Pacific Art Collective, and I was painting live. I was almost like a go-go dancer alongside this band, and it was just a blast.
So you really like the music either outside your head or inside your head?
Exactly. So when I'm painting, the music is coming from inside. You know, sometimes I get like a little song or tune in my head, and as I'm painting, it really comes from my heart, and it just starts pouring out. So whether or not there's music or not, it's there.
And here, you're being staged in staged homes?
Yes, my art is being used in house staging, and one of my biggest patrons, Heather Rice, she's my inspiration and patron. She does house staging in Los Angeles, and she usually gives me a lot of color palettes that she's working with, and uses my art all the time in her houses.
Well, it's been great having you here in the Wild
Absolutely.
Stories. Could you do us a big favor and sign our art palette while you're
Absolutely.
here?
There you go.
Thanks again for coming in, Karen.
Thank you, Ron.